Hey there, how's it going? Hans Schaff here with Go Tiny Be Free, and today I'm here in front of my TaHOW tiny house. The tiny house that I built back in 2015, 2016. Took me a full year to build. Fully custom tiny house, 40 foot long on the gooseneck, as you can see. So today I'm going to walk you through my tiny house on wheels here and some of the different components and features and things that I built into it. Way over the top. This thing has got much more stuff than I ever should have put into it, but I built this tiny house to live in. And so I wanted to be a showcase for everybody to kind of show them what's possible for a tiny house. So it's got a massively deep tub. It's got so many electronics and smart devices throughout the tiny home. It's got a little, nook here, a cranny there. This thing can do 5 things. This thing can do 3 things. Everything does something in this tiny house. So without further ado, let me show you the TaHOW tiny house. And real quick, sorry I said no further ado, but I'm gonna give you a little more ado here. TaHOW, why is it called TaHOW? Because obviously Lake Tahoe is T-A-H-O-E, and this is spelled T-A-H-O-W. If you can see on that custom metal sign I had built or cut, TaHOW, T-A-H-O-W. Well, the acronym for Tiny House on Wheels, T-H-O-W, add an A in there, and that's how you get TaHOW. But it's not just a play on words or letters or acronym or whatever. As you can see, the actual logo for it is in the shape of Lake Tahoe, and this house was originally going to be blue, but my wife liked gray better, so we kept it with the primer gray. But essentially, it's so big, it's as big as Lake Tahoe. It's like a big tiny house, so therefore, like Lake Tahoe is going to be big and blue. Well, it's just big, just a little bit of blue. So anyway, now let's go ahead and show you some more of the tiny house. So this thing is 40 foot long. It's here at my property in Huntsville. It's available as an Airbnb. That little storage box there, it's actually an access panel. It swings open. It's on 2 hinges, and that actually is the storage underneath the bathroom. It's about 2 feet high, 8 feet deep, and maybe 6 feet wide. So there's a lot of good storage underneath there. That's where I put, it could be for a maid closet. I actually just use it for storage. I've got, some extra materials and things and whatnot inside there. I've got a heater in there as well to kind of make sure it doesn't freeze, because all the utilities come in through there, as you can kind of see. That's where the electrical kind of comes in, and the water and the power and all. And this little utility box I built to kind of match the tiny house, that lid actually pops open, and you can put packages in there, and whatnot. Let me show you real quick. I don't think I've ever shown it some video before, but see, it's on hinges. There might be some wasps in there or something. Yeah, a few wasp nests, but you can kind of see it's a little storage bin. It kind of looks like a little tiny house. There you go. Built some steps here. Got a fence here that I just started building this as well here recently. It's a nice little fence we put in there. We're actually going to put a nice 8 foot tall privacy fence back there. Actually, let me show you the outside while we're here. So here's the backyard. There's a little fire pit right there in the back, and this fence here I was going to create. This is coming in the future here. I'm going to build this 8 feet high. It's going to have a little mural on it that's going to talk about tiny houses and have some pictures and things on here as well. And it creates a little nook right here that I'm going to create. A little privacy spot, have a little table and some chairs and whatnot. So that's coming in the future. And let's go around here and show you this side of the tiny house. This is kind of the back door. There you have it. You kind of see the container I have there in the background as well. Okay. Welcome to the TaHOW tiny house. Here's your first view. You walk in, you see there's the kitchen, little entrance table. There's the kitchen and the closet there. There's the main loft, 10-foot ceilings, decorations, courtesy of my wife, Lacey. Little fireplace, ottoman, and I'll give you a quick tour. All right, so let's go over a few things here about the TaHOW tiny house. So let's talk about the utilities. This tiny house is connected with electric. So you've got electricity, and you also have propane for the stove, which we'll zoom in on here. Let's go ahead and start the kitchen, but there's you got a nice mini split, 9,000 BTU unit, so it's got plenty of power to keep this place hot or cool. And then you've got the skylight up there in the loft as well, which does open, but for Airbnb purposes, I like to keep it closed just for emergency only. But when I was living here, it was something we could open up. All right, you got an 11-foot long kitchen. This countertop is 11 feet long with a nice farm apron sink, one tub. You got some wine bottle racks up there. You got your plates and all. And you got a gas stove for 4 burners, and you have a gas oven as well. Of course, you got your coffee pots and your coffee maker and all, Keurig or grounds. And you got your Google Home display, so you can go in here and you can actually access the weather and control the house, turn the lights on and off, set the thermostat if you don't feel like using the remote control. And there's the back door. There, if you need to clean up at all, there's a broom and iron board and iron. You've got your microwave over here and the iron, and you've got a full-size fridge, is a small fridge, but it's got definitely big enough space for an Airbnb. So you can see plenty of space there. Ice cube tray, plenty of room for your ice cream or different things like that. A small little pantry. We left you some oil, salt and pepper, first aid kit, and a fire extinguisher, of course. And then let's talk about your closet right here. 6-foot wide closet. That part is closed off because that's the maid closet there. There's a lock on it, as you can see. But here is the closet. I'll go ahead and open it for you, kind of let you see how large it is. There you are. And this space right here, actually, somehow that zoomed in for some reason. This area right here actually can open up from the top. So you can actually put items up here, blankets or your clothes or whatever. And then there's 3 little wood panels up there where you can actually remove, and you can actually access from the top, from the mattress up here. So you kind of reach down and grab stuff down here if you need to during your stay. Really, how I designed this, I thought about this this was going to be the floor here with an office up above. So your feet would kind of hang down here, and you'd be able to kind of have a little workspace over the windows. I'll show you that loft here in a minute. But last minute, we decided actually we wanted to make this a loft and actually a sleeping loft. So I made these little removable panels and to kind of work with the closet here. So the closet wasn't just this space here. As you can see, you've got more additional pillows here and hanging space down below. And extra little space heater for those who like that hot radiant heat. The fireplace also puts out that radiant heat, but some people like that as well. And you can hang up your clothes there, robes or towels or garments. And of course, you got a nice little mirror right here as well on the back of that closet door. Okay. And back out of the kitchen here for you. And I'll do a more professional tour. I just want to get something out there on YouTube because this is a neat home, and a lot of people have asked about it for Airbnb. They want to stay here while they're looking at the cottages at Pine Lake. So I want to put this out on Airbnb here and just get you something so you can kind of see what the inside looks like. Again, this home isn't for sale. It's not a model home you could buy. This is just something I did totally custom just to meet the needs of my wife and I as I was building this house prior to having kids. And so I designed this and built it all from scratch. This is the wall that my wife designed, and this right here, this is actually a thermostat unit, so it works with the mini split. Get the shadows out of there, so you can just use that. Don't even need remote control. Just click your buttons like that on your regular thermostat, and you can control the mini split over here. Got this little custom pipe railing that I did. I didn't have a railing for a long time, but we did put this in a little safer now. You can kind of grab that railing on your way up and down the stairs, and a little railing there just to kind of keep anybody from kind of falling down this direction. All right, and we'll go up here into the loft. This is kind of the master sleeping loft, and it's a really great space. It's probably 12 feet long, of course, a full, 7.5, 8 feet wide. You got 5 windows and a skylight. You can see the speakers up there in the ceiling, which are connected to the TV. So if you want some surround sound, you can really lay up there in bed, and you got a great view. In fact, let me just turn around here, pan over to the TV. You can see that's your view there from the bed. So it's a really neat, really great spot. You can watch TV down from below in the couch or from the kitchen while you're preparing food. And you can just keep it on and just jump in bed, and same TV. Well, you can watch it. It's a 50-inch TV, so it's got plenty large enough. Got the speakers and all. So it's we watch a number of movies in bed. It's really, really nice. Just be able to pull up in bed, crawl up here into the loft, and it's a really nice space here. Coming down from the loft, you can see here's the kind of kitchen table, and that table actually does pop off, and it becomes it's got legs underneath it. And the whole thing can kind of pop off, and you can actually have a bench there to kind of sit down like during game night or whatever, and it basically will can sit there right in the middle of the floor on its own legs, and so you can kind of sit around it and play games. We've done that a number of times as well, of course. Let me finish talking about that real quick. Just got 2 stools there, and of course you got this bench here as well. And of course I always like to leave a bottle of wine and some glasses for my visitors after their travels. It's nice to kind of enjoy a nice glass of wine. And I got a little house manual right here as well in case you have any questions on how everything works. And then, of course, Huntsville, best place to live in the U.S. #1 best place to live, of course, just in case you weren't aware. But also, I have all the switches in here that are labeled. So it makes it really easy to kind of, well, what does a switch do? So, for example, that's living room light, off and on, and then a middle 50% switch. Loft lights as well, control the loft lights. And these are all can lights, as you can see. And couple other things I want to mention. There's storage underneath all of these different cabinets. Again, this is all for made stuff, and actually you access it from the back side, but each one of these steps has got built-in storage as well. I made sure to use up as much space as I possibly could. You got storage underneath there for games and stuff as well for underneath the bench there. And this couch, I actually designed it and built it myself as well. It actually is 3 different pieces and can actually be rearranged to kind of face the TV, and can also be slept on as well. It's not set up for that purpose, for Airbnb purposes right now, but that's how I had used it before in the past. It's more kind of locked in place right now just to be utilized as a couch currently. Of course, there's storage underneath the TV there. That's where I was talking about before. So these stairs here as well that lead up to the bathroom and to the front of the tiny house, they actually do slide out, pull out. I'm not going to actually demonstrate that right now, but they do slide forward, and that allows you access to that gooseneck storage area. Apologize, my iPhone is just starting to do its own thing here, zooming in and out randomly. Here you have the electrical panel, and you can see, just to give you a demonstration, I've got like 24 circuits in this tiny house of all the different things that this thing can do. So put in a lot of additional wiring circuitry. Again, some of the switches and things. You've got ceiling fan lights, living room light, porch lights, outside corner lights that are on motion sensors as well, 4 lights all the way around the house. There's outside cameras as well to kind of monitor any outside activity as well for safety cameras. And here's a whole bunch of wires, red light, siren, just all sorts of stuff. It's got way too much stuff in here. There's your Alexa device, of course. I think I mentioned the Google device over there. So you've got Alexa and or Google, depending on your preference. They both control all the different smart features of this house. You can turn the fireplace on, turn the TV on, change the channels, set the temperature, turn the ceiling fan on, kitchen lights off and on, all sorts of different things. And now let's go up these stairs here. This isn't going from the middle of the tiny house up the stairs here to the bathroom here on the right. I'm going to slide open the barn door. And like I said, there's now a flush toilet. It was a composting toilet. Now you have a proper water flush toilet, like a normal toilet you have at home. You got the on-demand water heater that is propane, and it's got a gauge on there as well, just to kind of make sure you can kind of tell there is gas and all. And just your regular toilet. You've got a nice little sink right here with some storage underneath, toilet paper, of course. You've got your additional storage area here. Got some mouthwash for people if they need it, extra toothbrush, sewing kit, shave set. And here you've got another mirror with your toiletries, towels, and there's actually a built-in washer dryer as well. It's one of those that takes 3 hours to run. So you put it in dirty, comes out dry and clean. And there's the deep tub. It's a massive tub. I think it's almost 2 feet deep. So it's a super soaking tub. And the way I designed it actually is I'm actually going to build a platform to go over the top of the tub, so you can actually kind of walk out on top and use it like a normal shower. Right now it's kind of like a deep shower. The faucet's a little bit high up there, the spigot, but the shower head rather. But functions as both right now, but I want to put a little platform down there on the bottom, and then you can just kind of walk out on the same level when you're taking a shower instead of having to step down. But works great. Real nice shower. Again, on-demand hot water, so you never run out of hot water. And here is the front room, which is the office or guest area or second TV watching entertainment area. So this was originally designed, was going to be the bedroom, but after thinking about it, I preferred to have my office up here in the front. And since I work from home and kind of do a lot of stuff at home, I wanted my own separate workspace, and I felt this would be better than using the loft, and the loft was better as a sleeping area. So redesigned this, and this is a good 8 feet by 8 feet. So it's a nice space in here, and it's really cool because you're high up, so you got all these windows, so you can kind of see out around. And of course, you got a sleeper sofa right here, which folds out into a queen size bed. And you've got a nice little workspace. This I actually milled, this piece of wood I milled with my uncle in Napa, California. It's ponderosa pine. We brought it back here and put it into this L-shaped desk, which I think works perfectly in this space. And you can see it's a great little workspace. If you want to bring your laptop or iPad or whatever, you can plug it in right here. There's an Ethernet port if you want hardwired internet service. It's got a TV right here, of course, and you got a secondary monitor if you want a second screen for your laptop and all. And then I've got a little tray down here with some mouse and some additional, iPhone plugs and things like that. And of course, another fireplace, a little small, tiny electric fireplace. And if this can be used as a secondary bedroom or something, then you've got an additional clothes rack right there. You can hang some garments and things on there as well. All right. And neat thing about this wall, I actually didn't design it this way. This was actually painted through, and the stain from the knots actually just, after about a year or so, just started to show up without just kind of unintentionally. So it's kind of added some unique character to the tiny house. I wasn't expecting it to kind of bleed through the stain and the paint and the sealant, but it has, and I actually kind of like it. All right, so there you have it. This is my TaHOW tiny house. Take you back through the front here. So there you have it, the TaHOW tiny house. Available for rent on Airbnb. You can get more information, go to gotinybefree.com/try, and you can learn more about this tiny house, or click on the link below in the description. And this is just a quick little tour for you of the TaHOW tiny house. I'll have more information, and if you have any questions about what does this do, or what does that do, or what else can it do that I may have forgotten about, it's been a long time since I built this tiny house, and it's been on Airbnb for a while now, so it does a whole lot more than I've actually touched on. Just wanted to, again, get a quick little video out here to kind of showcase this for you. If you're going to be coming to Huntsville and want a nice place to stay, people love this tiny house. I think I've got, about 100 different 5-star reviews. People who come to this tiny house, and they love the decoration, they love the feel and all the different features and components. Really is a big space. As you can see, it's got 10-foot ceilings here, vaulted, and it doesn't feel that small when you have 20 plus windows in a space like this. But the loft is great as well, and it's got all the creature comforts that you would need for all your electronics and all your smart devices and all. TV, of course, entertainment. We've got 2,000 plus channels on the TV as well for you, so you won't miss a beat. So there you have it, the TaHOW tiny house. Quick little tour for you. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this and the other content we're putting on there about tiny houses in general, as well as the cottages at Pine Lake here in Huntsville, Alabama, the tiny house community that we're developing. You can get more information on that at gotinycottages.com. Our main website is gotinybefree, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Like I said, we've got more content coming. And thanks again for watching. Hans Schaff, Go Tiny Be Free.